if they're just starting in AI
Yeah.
or they have a little knowledge about AI,
Yeah.
can you help us how to really use AI for our advantage? And let's start with working professionals first. If a working professional is watching,
Yeah.
how do you
This
use AI for
framework
that?
works for everyone.
Okay.
It could be working professionals, business owners. If you're a human, this framework works.
Okay.
So that's what I feel. So I went on to depression when my mom thing happened, and one thing that helped me. So based on that one thing, I created an entire framework to see what's the safest way that we could prepare for this world where AI is being dominant, not just to survive, but to thrive. And I call this freedom with AI framework. The first thing I feel people should understand and kind of master is spirituality in the world of AI. Because AI can only give you what you ask for, but you should guide it and question it in a way that gets you the answer. That requires clarity, depth, and taste. Without that, you can't do it. And when I mean spirituality, I'm not talking about devotion. Devotion is one form of spirituality that worked for hundreds and thousands of years and works amazingly well for everyone. But and then there is also advanced level of spirituality where it's just ever ending. But when I mean spirituality, it's getting more conscious about your own self, understanding what you want and what you don't want and stuff like that. Let's say from unconscious stage of living life to consciously living life, from not having clarity on what you want and what you don't want to getting clarity on what you want, what you don't want, not having depth on what you, every time you take a decision, do you think a surface level or you think in depth instantaneously and take a call? Are you using brain or your heart? Are you using intuition or not? So this is the difference. If you could just probably slowly get into this realm of little bit of consciousness and spirituality, this is enough. Of course, the top 1% will always aim to be more spiritual and
we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that level of spirituality. But entry level of spirituality where people get this consciousness. So when you meditate literally for 5 minutes, you acknowledge every thought that you get. And that 5 minutes of meditation, probably an extended period of time, could give you that clarity. It could be meditation or it could be any ritual. It even could be a personality development program. I believe people should have few rituals to be spiritual and also personality development programs, because this personality development programs, Train the Trainer, Making the Stage, all the programs that I did with Success Gan, kind of distilled decades into days for me. So for someone to understand something in themselves, it might take 10 years, and that happened with me for 5 days and 4 days in these programs. So that is also spirituality. Anything that will make you go inside out, not outside in, is spirituality, getting a lot of clarity. So what I do is, I do these personality development programs to understand myself, to grow and to upskill and stuff like that. And then I also have some rituals like meditation, gratitude, journaling and stuff like that. So that will make me discover myself, right? It's not about the fears we have. It's not about the beliefs that we have. If we could understand who we are, that gives you so much clarity about life, and that clarity leads to depth. And when you take every decision in depth, like everything, small, large, and and with consciousness, you can ask amazing questions, not just to AI, but to yourself. More quality questions that you ask yourself with that depth and quality of thought that you have, and the emotion that you have, the state that you have, impacts everything. So if someone comes to me and asks spirituality or AI in the world of AI, I think people should be more conscious and spiritual than AI first.
So that's the first framework. And just to pause you, Avinash, I agree with you. Your quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask yourself.
Amazing, yeah.
That's rule number one. As simple as that.
Yes.
And that determines how you start thinking.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I always say is common sense is commonly missing today.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
People are very surface, and in a world which is running so fast, people don't pause and actually think.
True.
So for you, what you're saying spirituality ideally is, you go a little deeper, understand who you are, why you're doing what you're doing, what you actually want.
Yes.
What do you stand for?
Yeah.
Why do you behave in a certain way?
Yeah.
So if you start going a little deeper, and you're saying the combination should be some rituals plus personal growth programs, whatever can be done. Okay, now, so clarity is there.
Yeah.
Then you want to go depth. Okay, then.
So now the reason why spirituality is important here is if you're a builder of AI, when you're spiritual, when you're a leader, leading like 100-member team who is building AI, the quality of your work, the speed and the depth of what you do, the safety with which you develop AI is unimaginably amazing. So this is for the builders. Let's say for the users, you are taking the best advantage of the technology that we have. Lot of times people don't use the best of technologies even by 1%.
Which means we don't the technology is there, but you don't know how to use it.
Exactly. And if you could be little more spiritual, you use the technology in the right way. You ask right questions to you and also to the technology. So that is helpful for the users and the builders of AI. And let's say 2035, world is very abundant. Everything is there. People lose purpose in abundance.
Correct.
Right? And you will use spirituality to find your purpose and to find what you want, what you don't want, even in that abundance world. Let's say things go very abrupt. We're all still there, but we were just laid off and no jobs to do. There is not real we were like struggling to make ends meet kind of a situation. For few people it will also happen, and you'll accept it, grow from that strength and tell a different story to yourself, ask better questions. That also helps with spirituality. So if you're spiritual, no matter what stage you will be tomorrow or where you are right now, it will help in all facets and every way that you could imagine. This is the first step of the framework. Be more spiritual. Understand spirituality. Understand yourself. Understand consciousness. Point number 1 in the framework. Second step is now when you're getting this consciousness and when you're getting more conscious and spirituality, that's when start to develop AI skill, right? And there are 4 layers of AI skills, right? Number 1, let's say there are like 2 categories, which is tools and prompts. Okay. Tools is like picking right tools, and then second one is writing right prompts. We'll talk about both the categories in the world of AI. But now let's double click on just the tools part. So there are 4 category of tools that everyone has to understand. The first layer is large language model layer. This is like your ChatGPTs and Geminis of the world, where 80% of your work will just be done by this. You don't need to go for 18 different tools just to get your basic conversation done. So you pick one large language model per week, test 4 or 5 and stick with one.
Which means you test 4 or 5, which one works for you, stick to it.
Stick to it.
So that's one.
That's layer number 1. Layer number 2 is your productivity layer. So beyond ChatGPT, there are like 4 or 5 tools that you could use to do your tasks. So understand there is a world of AI beyond ChatGPT. People don't discover anything apart from ChatGPT.
That's one you're talking to me. For me, I thought AI is only ChatGPT. So you're saying, okay, go one more level down.
One more level down. Okay. Understand what's possible, like essentially write down all of your tasks and ask consciously what are the tasks that you think AI could do with the experience you have with ChatGPT. Then you'll understand, I make 2 presentations a month for my webinar. Let's just do, Gamma. So you will discover something AI tool for using, building presentations. You got Gamma. Okay. So you want, let's say, you are not great at public speaking. You need a tool to help you at public speaking. You have a tool there. So you want to, like that way, you just try and go dig deep in the world of AI to discover the tools. There are like so many tools that you could use. Like, let's say you want to create videos for your marketing, use Nano Banana. And you want to, let's say, create a little bit of, images, posters for your brand, use Midjourney.
Okay, and you're telling a lot of tools. Will you help us by giving one tool list in the end?
Yes.
Okay, so for people, don't worry. He's going to give you that. Okay.
A list of 50 tools.
Yeah, please give us that.
Works for anyone. So this is layer number 2, productivity layer. Understand your tasks, find the replacement of that tasks with an AI tool. And I'll also tell them how to find this right AI tools and stuff like that. So number 2. Number 3 is about automation. Using AI one tool at a time is understanding tool and using. It's just first layer of expertise. The pro users doesn't do that. They have a workflow of 8 different tools talking to each other and giving you what you want. For example, you could go to ChatGPT, write your YouTube script, and you could go to Suno, create your background musics and stuff like that. You could go to, let's say, one more AI tool to get it edited. And then you could go to one more AI tool to get that thumbnail done in Nano Banana or something like that. So you're using 4 tools and prompting your, directions every time and taking decisions in 4 different tools. What if you go build one automation layer where you say, I need a video on this. It will create the story, it will create the script, it will create the voiceover with AI, it will create videos for your video, for your entire video, the B-rolls and stuff like that, and it will edit to you, and it will do everything. All you have to take is 4 decisions in between without touching any other tool or prompting heavily there.
So you work on the automation to ensure that all the 4 things you spoke about work seamlessly, and the output comes.
Yeah.
So most people don't go to that layer at all. Okay.
2 tools to do that: make.com and N8N. So this is the place where you could literally connect 80 different AI tools to get 2 to 3 tasks that you want without ever opening 80 different AI tools. There are so much of complex tasks that a businesses do that you could literally create a workflow once and then this workflow runs automatically every time. This could be used in your sales, your marketing, in your HR, in your email marketing, all of that.